Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another Cinema 4D tutorial. Wow, this is really laggy right now. What is going on? Maybe because I have my second monitor on. It doesn't seem to fix it. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. It's not going to be too important. But yes, usually I've done a few, or I shouldn't say usually, but I have done a few. What do you want to call it? A few tutorials in the past. And today we're going to be doing a tutorial on how to model body parts, because usually, or so far I've only done the wheels, I think. I may have done something else, but yeah, so far I've only done wheels. Today we are going to be modeling the Spirit Rei side skirt, just to show you guys how to do body parts and stuff like that. So yeah, basically what you want is a lot of reference pictures. For example, you know, have this one here, so I can see the curve of it and stuff, and then from the side. You want one directly of the side so you can, unless you can't find it. I mean, the Spirit Rei kit probably wasn't my best choice for the tutorial, just because of the lack of pictures of it, I should say. But yeah, I just have like a few close-ups like this to get sort of the curvature and stuff right. And then you're going to want to save whatever picture you're going to base it off. So I've got this. It's relatively good because it's on the side. Then you're going to go into your modeling program. I'm using Cinema 4D just because that's what I guess, grew up using. And in this case, I have the Forza 4 240SX here. And now we're going to go like this. Go into your side view. It is right. Yes, it is. So that's already set up pretty perfectly. You're going to go to Configure, Back, and then your image. And you're going to load up your Spirit Rei picture. What is it called? It's called Rei 180. R-E-I 180. Nice. Then you're just gonna blow it up a little bit. You don't want it to be a, I just have the model here for reference later on. I'm gonna make it this big, and then I'll just shrink it down to fit on the car. Red isn't really the best color for this either, but it's the only one I could find, so let's go ahead and open up. Same as we did for the wheel. We're going to get a plane in here. Make the width and height 1. Go ahead and make it editable. And then we're going to drop the size down a whole lot. I will be finishing this whole Spirit Rei kit off, but what just happened there? But I'm not going to record it. I'm just recording the side skirt to give you guys an idea. And you can sort of move on, I guess, with the knowledge of how to do the side skirt and take it into, I guess, modeling full cars would be your next step there. Do I have this? I do. Alright, take that off. So I'm just going to get the basic shape of the side skirt here. Again, you don't need to have a whole lot of polygons at first. You can just roughly do it and then smooth it out later, which is what I usually tend to do, at least now. Before, I used to have so many polygons when I first started. If you're wondering how I selected multiple, you just hold shift and then click across. But for all I know, you guys could be in 3ds Max or whatever, and then you just hold control and drag down, and it'll extrude it down like this. I'm gonna go over to my point selection and put it out like that, and we basically have the top part of the side skirt done. And now it's got to be the most tricky part, which is getting the curvature right, which is why those pictures will come in handy. Now if we go to our 3D view here, we're going to see we've got this so far. I'm just going to quickly check to make sure that, okay, so yeah, like you can see how it curves sort of around here and then it dips in, especially more towards there. So what we're going to do is edit this first. So we'll have this bottom part face inwards like that. And then we may actually, what I'm going to do is cut this top part. So we will have a few more polygons, but we'll get more curvature is really what I'm going for here. Use our selection tool to go across and just bring it back like that. I don't want it to be as curved as the bottom bit. Just a slight curve on it like that is pretty good. That should be pretty decent when it comes to smoothing and stuff. And then it does look like this side pulls in more. If we take a look here, looks like it gets pulled in reference to the back there. So what we'll do in this case is select these and then just come out to our 3D view again and slightly pull in like that. I think that'd be pretty good. Alright, so now we move on to probably the hardest part of this whole side skirt, which is going to be this section here. So we'll just go select these bottom 4. Now it just comes straight out for not too much, but a little bit. So we'll come into our 3D view again. Pull it out about that much because that looks pretty okay. We'll pull it down just a little bit because it's not completely flat. See, I like that. And then our next option. Oh yeah, I don't know if I said this already, but my heater was on, so you might have just heard a bunch of background noise, but it just turned off, so it's okay. It is okay. And now we're going to pull this down and out. Maybe up a little bit more. That's a little bit too wide, I think. I've really been using this one picture for my whole reference point, but it makes sense though. So that's a little bit too come on. It's a little bit too much there. So like that. I don't think this curve is quite as good as it should be. So like that. And then maybe go straight down. Or not straight down, but still on a curve sort of thing. Well, we're still not at the bottom of this, so that's really all that matters. We're going to do this curve sort of thing right to the bottom of this, and then we'll extrude it across, and we should be good. So yeah, still get the curve going. There we go. It's sort of getting flat now, so we'll just sort of bring that down to about there. And then down to the bottom. And what we'll do for the bottom bit is curve it inwards. Like that. And then extrude it backwards. So we got the bottom of the side skirt there. Now let's check here. Alright, so before we do that, we'll actually go ahead and bring our edges out to get the proper curve of the side skirt going. Like this. If we zoom in farther. There we go. That'll get all smoothed out when we smooth it and stuff. But yeah, here's our side skirt so far. It's kind of taking shape. Now we can go and extrude our bottom part backwards. Like this. And now for the fun part. Or I guess the easy part, I should say. We'll just highlight all of these. Exit out of that. And extrude it straight across. We don't need a whole lot of polygons here, so just be wary of that when you're going across. And then I guess I'll go straight to the edge, like this, and then I'll just add on top of it, like we did for the other side. We might have to do some welding though, so we'll see what happens. Okay, there we go. Now we will select our top curve, or top bit of the side skirt, I should say. And then go ahead and mess with this a little bit. Now, unfortunately, there is no... I have no close-up picture of this side of the side skirt, so I can't match it as perfectly as I match the back. The back one probably doesn't even match that perfectly. That's the whole thing with 3D modeling. You can kind of tell There will be mistakes all throughout it, especially from someone that's not a professional like me. But yeah, they're fairly accurate, which is what makes it so fun. Especially renders. Renders are my life. Alright, so there we go. We got that going. Let's scroll out here and see how we do, or how we're doing. There we go. Now we just need to curve the front one in yes. Curve the front one in relativity to the back one. As you see here, it's like the back line is kind of screwed up. I don't know what made that happen. It was probably some sort of move or mistake I made, but from the front, it's looking pretty good without smoothing. Just know smoothing makes everything better. You don't always have to smooth it, but smoothing is one of my favorite things to do. Now, what we're going to do, just to get sort of the same curve that the rear has, we'll cut up through the middle here. You can select that by doing K and then Shift, and it'll make a straight line. And now, you just got to pull the top part. I'll match it to the back by going like this. This is how I'll do it. Here we go. So we'll pull that back to there, then highlight that, get rid of the side selection, pull that back. Nice. There we go. That curve should be pretty similar to the rear one, I should say. Yep, there we go. And then I'm assuming it's sort of the same thing that this part kind of pulls inward, but I already did attach that to the side skirt, so I'm not going to bother with it at the moment. Now what I'm going to do is extrude the sides of this thing to get some profile to it. So we'll highlight all of these edges like this, and then along the top as well, these ones here. I may end up selecting the bottom part, but we can easily deselect that, so it's no big deal. Nice. Alright, so now that we have that, actually we should select these side parts here too, just so that we can extend it backwards. We don't need to select that part though. And then over here, this side as well, just like that. Make sure there's nothing on the back selected, and now we'll just extrude it back to meet up with the way the bottom was. Actually, to make something easier, because when you smooth it, it's going to be all screwed up if you don't do this. I mean, you could go around with a knife afterwards, but I'm not going to bother. I'll just do this right now so that it's easier for us. And I don't have to go around with a knife. I probably will have to do a knife like around here and stuff to get a better looking curve to it and smoother sort of stuff. So yeah, that's where I went wrong. I extruded backwards and then didn't fix the angle, but it's no big problem. You won't really notice it when it's on the car. Now something quick I'm going to do just to make sure when it smooths we don't see anything wrong. I'm going to highlight these points, press MQ, and weld them together. And the same thing over here. Highlight these 2 points, press MQ, and put them together. That is probably the most amount of welding we're going to have to do with this side skirt anyway. And yeah, you can see how it's taking shape here. If we bring it into a HyperNerbs, it'll look much better. There you go. That is pretty much our Spirit Rei kit almost done. If we look here, I mean, it curves in a lot more, but that's because there's the wide body, and I don't have the wide body, so it doesn't really match up to that. But I'm going to show you how to fix like this curve around here and stuff to get it more, what do you want to call it? More angular, I guess. So what you're going to do is, while it's in HyperNerbs, go and click on the plane, then bring out your knife tool. This is where I was talking about the knifing will probably come into handy. Then you're gonna select your polygon selection thing, change it from line to loop, and then you're just gonna go see. Now depending on the way you did your mesh, this is either gonna make it better or worse, and my mesh isn't really that great right now, because it should be going all the way around. Here we go. I was selecting the wrong way. Never mind. I should have selected from back there and not here. So the same thing with over here. If we select there, and more so down near there, and there, you can just see how it makes it a lot more smooth and look a lot more defined. It also added that slit in there by accident, so we'll take that off. I didn't want to add that slit in. There we go. That looks better. And then we'll just do that basically this whole way around, and it'll make it look better, because that's the whole point of this thing. We've got it good going around here. Maybe do that, and then add another one in down near the bottom. Alright, and then come over here and basically do the same thing for the front. Actually, I'll do a quick comparison to show you. So yeah, that's basically how it is now. That's how it was before. So you can see that looks much better than before. Again, if I spent more time on this, it would be much more accurate. And the Spirit Rei kit probably wasn't the best thing to choose for this. We'll do that. Do one down there. And there's no real curve here, so we don't really need to mess with that too much. There we go. So, yeah, I guess we just have to size it up now to our car, which isn't going to be too hard. Just do this and then scale it down. And then mess with the scale a bit more to get it all lined up properly. Now, because I based this off a picture, it probably won't be very accurate to the way that the model is based. No, as you can see, if it's on the front curve there, we've got all this room here. So basically what you do there is just cut the side skirt, and then from cutting it, you just extrude it out. It's no big deal. Nothing hard to fix or anything. So we'll like put it in the middle, kind of like that. Actually, it lines up pretty decently. Better than I thought it did. Anyway, so yeah, then we'll just line this up better to where the side skirt more so goes. Extrude it downwards like to about there. And yeah, there you go. You got yourself a Spirit Rei side skirt so far. It looked much better with the whole kit, but if I took more time. But yeah, that's just simple little quick tutorial on how to do side skirts. And then you move that on to bumpers and whole cars and such. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Leave me a suggestion down below for which sort of thing you want to see next tutorial-wise, and I'll try to get around to it. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Be sure to check out my Facebook for the latest updates, my Twitter to never miss a video that's uploaded, and my Instagram to receive updates on my 240SX. Also, be sure to check out my online store to purchase MagfedLove stickers. All the links are in the description. I hope to see you guys there.